And welcome back to This Week in the Mohawk Valley. Time now for the Central New York Travel Show. And we say good morning to and welcome back Kelly Blazosky for Oneida County Tourism. Hello, Kelly. How are you?
Hi, Jim. I'm great. Glad to be back.
It's been a while. I know you've been very busy.
Yes, and a big shout out to Sarah for filling in as she does.
Well, we're glad to have you back as well. We're going to talk a little bit today about an old-fashioned Christmas with a little unique twist to it.
Absolutely, and is certainly a tradition here now in the Mohawk Valley. It's Victorian Yuletide, and that takes place every year at Fountain Elms at Munson Williams-Proctor Arts Institute. And we have Joe Schmidt. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning.
To talk about this year, which
it is a very exciting exhibition this year. Mm-hmm. And we chose Through the Eyes of Immigrants as a theme because what we're doing is celebrating the Christmas traditions that were brought to the Mohawk Valley from immigrants. Mm-hmm. For example, we've got the dining room is wonderfully decorated and set up for a traditional Polish Christmas Eve meal.
Festival, celebration, Christmas Eve celebration.
Yes. Mm-hmm. The parlor is set up with traditions from Germany. Mm-hmm. The library, traditions from Italy, and the bedroom with traditions from the British Isles, being England, Scotland, Wales, and Ireland.
Excellent, excellent. What a great way to just really infuse the heritage of the area and what has really influenced the growth of Utica and Oneida County and really the Mohawk Valley.
Well, absolutely. And most of what we consider American traditions were really brought from other countries.
Brought from other places. Yes.
I mean, of course. I mean, well, we want to think about everything was brought here.
Absolutely.
But things like the Christmas tree came from Germany.
Yes.
And that's what, like I said, the parlor is decorated with. Mm-hmm. And it features many, many German traditions. The Mask of Belsnickel, who was kind of like the evil opposite of Santa Claus. The Advent wreath with its candles, they count down the wreaths to Christmas. Of course, the tree, the Tannenbaum, as they say in Germany. And it is decorated as it would have been with apples, gingerbread cookies, pretzels, and little red tissue paper roses. Mm-hmm. The dining room is set with beautiful china and flatware that came from the museum's own collection, and with a very elaborate Christmas Eve dinner that you would see in Polish households. And as done as tradition, the hostess sets an extra place at the table and hopes that Christ, in the form of a stranger, will join the family for dinner.
Right.
It's inclusion for the, quote, unexpected guest. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Over in the bedroom, there are many, many items that celebrate England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. From Boxing Day, which is December 26th, it has nothing to do with hitting anybody. That's when you give gifts.
I know. That I think will be a very interesting piece of heritage for people to learn about because, they're not going to really understand that until they go learn about that tradition.
Exactly. Then in the library, it's the Epiphany traditions that Italians brought. Commemorates there's
the 12th day of Christmas.
The 12th day of Christmas, exactly. Mm-hmm. And it features a 19th century nativity scene, which is known in Italy as a presepe, will be on view. So you've got wonderful traditions from all these countries, and it just looks fantastic.
Yeah, and as always, free for everyone to enjoy and explore.
It absolutely is free and open to the public. You know, if you haven't been in a long time, it's time to go. Even if you came last year, come on down. It's different every year.
Right. And tell everyone, I mean, certainly you can go on your own. You can read and take in and interpret. But it's always, I think, great to plan to go when there's a docent.
Yes.
And get the little backstories that you're not going to get on your own.
Exactly. There are docent-guided tours available. You can just contact the Institute. It's an easy number to remember, 797-0000.
And are those listed online as well?
Yes, mwpai.org. And in addition to that, we've got the Terrace Cafe right there.
Yes.
And what makes a wonderful afternoon is do the tour and have lunch. And you can arrange the tours, like I said, by contacting the Institute. So bring your group, bring your family. You've got friends in town, whatever. Come on down.
Yeah, either way, do the tour and have lunch, do the tour, and then make time for the museum shop.
Museum shop.
You'll be able to find gifts related, to maybe some of the things you've seen in the museum.
Absolutely. Our museum shop is there. There's works by more than 100 local artists. Plus, not to mention, there's jewelry, there's books, there's kids' items, just endless. And this is stuff you are not going to find at the mall.
No, I know. And if you haven't done your greeting cards, I did this last year for my staff. I went and purchased, a unique handmade greeting card for the holidays.
Exactly.
A holiday card, and I got a different one for each of my staff members because they're all different, and I didn't want to give them all the same thing. So I was able to pick out a unique greeting card for the holidays for each of my staff members at the museum shop. And they were just exquisitely handmade, beautiful.
Oh, it's absolutely breathtaking, some of the items. And the museum shop is open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and it is Sunday, 1 to 5 p.m. And I could spend all afternoon explaining what is there.
Oh, it's beautiful. Scarves, jewelry, like I say, handmade greeting cards, prints inspired, from some of the things that are in the museum, and things that relate to the artists that you showcase. So it's all beautifully presented and reasonably priced.
It is very reasonably priced, considering most of these are handcrafted.
Absolutely. Unique books that you're not going to find anywhere else. So definitely the museum shop, put on your list for your shopping. You have nearly 3 full weeks of shopping left.
Exactly.
So for that hard to buy for a person or that unique gift you're looking for, definitely consider the museum shop at Munson Williams-Proctor Arts Institute. And the Victorian Yuletide will continue. We didn't mention that does continue through the end of the year.
Yes, it does, through December 31st.
Yeah. And again, incorporate the Terrace Cafe for lunch, either before or after your tour. And the rest of the museum as well. The rest of the museum is open and free for you.
Free and open to the public.
And, we certainly encourage folks to visit the museum, but you now can go online and view some of your fine works of art as well. That's something that's sort of new.
Yes. The online museum we've launched very recently. Again, go to mwpai.org. There's more than 5,000 works of art right there at your fingertips. Fascinating to look at, interesting to read. Still, it's not the same.
No.
Make sure you get over to the museum.
Yeah, absolutely. So, again, give the museum hours for everyone.
Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., Sundays, 1 to 5 p.m.
And that applies to Fountain Elms as well.
Exactly.
Very good. Okay, so it's Victorian Yuletide, definitely a tradition here in the Mohawk Valley you don't want to miss. And this year it's through the eyes of immigrants and how immigrants have really shaped the Christmas and holiday traditions here in Utica and the surrounding area. So thank you, Joe, for joining us.
It was great being here.
Happy holidays.
All right.